Hello, hello everybody. Welcome to my English class. Sekarang sore ya, Senin sore. We are going to be talking about CNN, artikel CNN gitu ya. Kita translate-nya. Ini nih, aku kecilin dulu my face so you can see. Wait. Nah ini, we are reading from CNN Climate tentang longsor ya. And let's see, we can pick up a lot of environmental vocabulary and we can also pick up, we can talk about the environmental change and everything like that. So this is interesting. I really love this topic. Okay. So this is the title of today's article that we're translating. Yes. Landslides are destroying multi-million-dollar homes in California and they're getting worse. Okay, kita translate satu-satu. So what is a landslide? Landslide itu, it could be longsor or tanah longsor, right? It really depends on the context. Dalam sini, I think bisa diartikan sebagai atau diterjemahkan sebagai tanah longsor, right? In my opinion. Are destroying, okay, destroy. Oke, kata dasarnya itu kan destroy, right? Ini ada ing-nya karena dia itu continuous tense ya. Are plus ing, continuous tense ya. Destroying, berarti kalau pakai continuous tense berarti saat ini dong, right? Saat ini gitu. Sampai sekarang masih ya. Destroying, menghancurkan. There we go. Multi-million-dollar homes. Right? Multi-million-dollar homes in California. Multi itu lebih dari satu pasti ya. Miliar. Berarti rumahnya itu semuanya di atas 1 M. Oke, jutaan. Bukan miliar ya. Berarti million itu kan juta, sorry. Jadi multiple juta ya. Berjuta-juta kalau bahasa Indonesia. Dollar homes in di California and they're getting worse, right? They-nya ini apa? The landslides and the damage, yes, are getting worse. Semakin apa nih? What is worse? Worse itu semakin memburuk. Ya, memarah gitu. Is that even Indonesian? Okay, let's continue. Okay, so seharusnya ini kalau kita baca ya 5 menit doang. 5 minute read. Unfortunately, if we are translating and discussing like we are now, mungkin dia bakal lebih panjang gitu ya. Biasanya video aku 1 jam lebih. So let's start, right? Now let's start translating the article. Okay, the deep landslides beneath the multi-million-dollar homes in Rancho Palos Verdes moved at an almost glacial pace until they didn't, right? So, the deep landslides, deep itu artinya dalam. So you can say the ocean is deep, gitu kan? Or careful, hati-hati gitu ya. The pool is deep. Gitu. Kolam renangnya dalam. So, that's basically what deep means ya. Landslides, longsor yang terjadi beneath the multi-million-dollar homes. Beneath itu di bawah ya. Beneath di bawah, right? Berarti selama ini tanahnya itu bergerak di bawah-bawah rumah itu, tapi really slow ya. Maksudnya slow dari mana? Let's continue reading ya. Multi-million-dollar homes in Rancho Palos Verdes. So Rancho Palos Verdes is actually Spanish, it's not English, okay? Nama tempat ya, karena capital gitu. Moved at an almost glacial pace, right? Move, bergerak at an almost glacial pace. Okay, so do you guys know what a glacier is? Nih aku udah siapin. Glacier. So this is a glacier. This one ya, yang gede di sebelah sini nih. Mouse aku nggak kelihatan ya, aku baru sadar. Kelihatan nggak sih? Nggak. Okay, so glacier itu kayak gini. Jadi sedikit demi sedikit dia tuh maju, right? S-nya maju atau kadang-kadang mundur for glacier gitu. Tapi kalau landslide itu kan maju ya. Jadi glacier itu terkenal, dia itu pergerakannya sangat lambat ya. Jadi at almost a glacial pace. Glacial pace itu, let me type it down. Sangat lambat di sini artinya. Jadi dia bergeraknya sama dengan pergerakan glacier. Lambat gitu. Until they didn't. Sehingga suatu hari mereka tidak. Nah, tidaknya ini bisa tiba-tiba jadi lebih cepat longsornya atau bisa lebih malah berhenti bergerak gitu kan. So, that's basically what happened. Jadi selama ini tanahnya itu bergerak, cuman pelan gitu, super super slow, right? Jadi yang membangun rumah mahal ini di atas tanah ini mereka tahu tanah itu bergerak, cuman kayak pelan gitu ya. Jadi ya nggak apa-apa lah, it's okay gitu ya. Right. Now, let's continue translating. Okay. This affluent coastal city in Southern California, around 30 miles south of Los Angeles, has long enticed people with its Pacific Ocean views and lush greenery. But it sits atop a complex of slow-moving landslides that have been active since the 1950s, causing the land to shift by roughly a few feet a year. Recently, after intense winter rain, the pace and scale of the movement has increased. Nah, ini nih. Okay, let's translate it. So, this affluent coastal city. So, let's see. What is affluent? Affluent is another way to say rich. Kaya, gitu ya. So, you can translate it as kaya, makmur. Ano? Gitu ya. Kaya or makmur gitu, basically. Kadang-kadang kalau kita nggak mau bilang apa namanya, oh look at them, they're so rich gitu ya. Cara yang lebih kerennya, oh they're so affluent gitu. It just sounds cooler. Okay. Anyways, coastal city. So what is a coast? Coast itu kayak garis pantai gitu ya. Atau di mana daratan ketemu lautan ya. Kenapa I write it like that, right? Karena dia belum tentu harus ada pasirnya gitu. Jadi aku nggak bisa bilang pinggir pantai, right? Karena bisa aja tebing, laut, coast, right? Nah, coastal city berarti kota yang berada di pinggir, what does it mean? Kota yang berada di pinggir lautan gitu ya, atau kota yang ada di pesisir gitu, right? Coastal city in Southern California, di California Selatan, around 30 miles south, 30 miles. Oh, miles itu ukuran Amerika ya. In Indonesia we use kilometers, and American we use miles. I don't know why. Kayak kenapa? Almost the whole world uses meters, and then they choose to use their own measuring system Amerika. Kamu kenapa? I don't like it. Okay. Miles south of Los Angeles, dari LA, right? Has long enticed people, right? Has long itu sudah lama ya, long. Entice. Long di sini artinya lama bukan panjang ya. What is to be enticed? Entice itu memikat ya dalam konteks ini. So you can also use it for people ya. Oh, that deal is quite enticing gitu. Wait a minute. That deal is quite enticing. Jadi deal itu menarik juga gitu ya. Menarik juga. Something like that. So you can use it for people, but I don't know if it's polite or not, you know? Kayak, oh she's very enticing, berarti dia itu sangat memikat atau menarik perhatian gitu. You get it? Okay, you can use it for people, but I don't know if it's polite or not. That's the thing. Kayak aku pernah dengar konteks di mana dia itu polite dan di mana dia enggak gitu. Okay, has long enticed people, memikat ya orang-orang, right? With its Pacific Ocean views, dengan Pacific Ocean views, ya, apa namanya? Views itu pemandangan. Okay, Pacific Ocean, ya you know lah. Samudra Pasifik. And lush greenery. This is good vocabulary. Lush itu artinya kayak rimbun. Yes, greenery itu yang hijau-hijau intinya ya, yang pepohonan hijau, greenery. Pepohonan hijau. There we go. So greenery is nggak bisa speaking. Greenery is pepohonan hijau gitu ya, yang rimbun. Oh, very nice ya. Udah pinggir pantai, banyak hijau-hijau. Your eyes will be very nice ya. You can see blue and green. Okay, but it sits atop a complex of slow-moving landslides ya. Tapi dia itu ini nih affluent coastal city-nya itu duduk di atas, atop ya. Sits atop. Dia itu letaknya atau dia duduknya di atas apa tuh? S-nya banyak banget. Typo. Oke. Sits atop, dia duduknya itu di atas nih. A complex of slow moving landslides, right? So, basically a complex of itu kayaknya it could mean two things ya. It could mean complicated or it could complicated as in like ribet, atau bisa juga sekelompok gitu ya. Jadi kayak dia tuh lebih dari one landslide, tapi it could be like one landslide here, another sebelahnya, another lagi sebelahnya. So it could mean a lot of things complex di sini ya. Tuh. Yang kompleks juga bisa kayak ribet gitu ya. Of slow moving landslides. Nah, ini tadi. Jadi yang tadi kita baca mana sih glacial pace di sini nih. Glacial pace sama slow moving itu sama ya. Intinya dia itu lambat, pergerakannya lambat. Slow moving. Oh ya, ada hyphen. Yes. Oke. Yang bergerak lambat. Okay. Right. So, a complex of slow moving landslide. Jadi tanahnya itu bergerak. That has been active. Yang telah aktif sejak 1950s, the 1950s. Jadi 1950 tanahnya ini terus gerak gitu ya. Jadi mungkin if you see rumahnya, misalnya rumah dibangun 1950, 1950s. Dia tuh rumahnya bisa pindah gitu gara-gara tanahnya pindah, right? Isn't it interesting? It's very interesting. Okay. Causing, menyebabkan, right? Causing, yang menyebabkan the land to shift by roughly a few feet a year. Ya, menyebabkan tanahnya itu untuk, let's write it, to shift, untuk bergerak pindah, bergeser, astaga, loading otak aku, bergeser, bener nggak sih? Bergeser, okay, correct. I thought I spelled it wrong. Bergeser by roughly, ya, kira-kira, gitu, right? Sekitar, gitu. Roughly, sekitar, okay, a few feet a year. Beberapa feet. Feet ini adalah, again, they use miles and feet ya, and inches. Kalau kita kan pakai kilometers, meters, centimeters, kayak gitu kan. Ya, Amerika mah beda. Very, very different. Okay, a few feet a year. Nah, 1 feet, 1 feet is 12 inches, right? So, 1 feet nggak tuh tadi aku. 1 foot is 12 inches, yaitu 0,3 meter kira-kira. 0.3 meters. Ya. Yeah. Right. 0.3 meters ya, bukan meters yang bacanya meters. I have a problem with you. Okay, meters. Okay. Sampai mana aku? Okay. Jadi dia bergerak 0,3 meter setiap tahunnya. That's a lot. That's a lot of movement ya. Harusnya rumah tuh nggak gerak, tapi ini gerak rumahnya. Okay. Recently itu baru-baru ini atau belakangan ini, after intense winter rain. Okay, intense itu yang intens ya. Atau musim nih, winter, musim dingin. Okay, winter is musim dingin. Rain, hujan musim dingin yang lebat ya. Intense rain, hujan lebat. Okay, intense rain itu hujan lebat. Okay, the pace and scale of movement has increased. So what is pace? Okay, the pace, yes, kecepatan. Okay, and scale of movement. Scale itu kan skala, ya. Jadi kecepatan dan skala pergerakan movement has increased. Kepecat. That was scary. Okay, increased. bertambah atau meningkat. Yes, it could mean both depending on konteksnya ya. Right. So, hujan pada musim dingin yang lebat telah menyebabkan the pace ya, kecepatan dan skala pergerakan longsor ini atau tanah longsor ini untuk meningkat, right? Wah, tadinya 0,3 meter per tahun, dia jadinya lebih cepat. Oh no. Okay, imagine if your house is moving. Kayak rumah kita gerak gitu, gara-gara tanahnya gerak juga. That's kind of scary. Kind of scary. Apalagi if the house is multi-million dollars ya, mahal gitu. Rumah mahal gerak gitu. Okay, let's continue. Last weekend, a drastic acceleration brought devastating consequences. Okay, last weekend, akhir pekan lalu, right? I don't need to translate last weekend. Come on. Okay, akhir pekan yang lalu, a drastic acceleration. Drastic. Okay, so drastic itself artinya drastis ya. Itu kayaknya bahasa serapan gak sih? Drastis itu bahasa Indonesia. Bahasa serapan berarti kan? Bukan bahasa Indonesia original. Masa? Ya tahu, tapi ntar lu. I'm googling it. I'm curious. Iya, ada di KBBI, tapi itu bahasa serapan atau bukan? Aku kepo. Dari etimologi, kata turunan sinonim. Karena kan language is always changing, right? Bahasa itu kan selalu berubah gitu ya. Jadi kadang-kadang dia menyerap dari kata-kata lain. Sometimes it could be from German, sometimes it could be from English. I don't know, I'm curious. I don't know if it's actually Indonesian, like pure Indonesian or not gitu ya. Comment down below. Okay, let's continue. Yaudahlah, drastic is drastis ya, guys. Okay. Right. I'm pretty sure that's not original Indonesian. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Okay. Acceleration itu percepatan. Acceleration. Did I spell it right? Okay, benar. Right. Percepatan. Okay. Brought, ya. Brought itu membawa, right? Devastating consequences. You know what? I'm just gonna copy paste this. Does it work? So I can speed up my explanation. Okay, devastating consequences itu artinya konsekuensi yang really really bad. Something that's devastating, it means something that's really really bad gitu ya. Yang mungkin dampaknya parah banget atau membawa kehancuran yang lebih parah gitu ya. So basically that's what it means. Konsekuensi membawa konsekuensi yang very bad. That's what it means. Okay. Homes now lie sprawled unevenly across distorted grounds. Roads have buckled and power has been shut off to more than 200 households. On Tuesday, Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency in the city. Yalah, state of emergency. Okay, let's talk about it. Homes now lie sprawled. Kita udah pernah bahas ini kata sekali gitu ya, tapi udah lama banget ya di live stream yang zaman kapan gitu. Homes, rumah-rumahnya, now lie. Sekarang mereka itu, right? Now di sini itu jangan sekarang lah, sekarang bisa kini lebih bagus ya. Kini. Lie sprawled, unevenly. Sprawled itu kayak terhampar atau kayak berserakan. It's not the correct word for house ya. Tapi maksudnya if something is sprawled itu berarti kayak when you drop something like fuck gitu, cush gitu. I tried to explain it, okay? So that's what sprawled means ya. Mungkin kita bisa bilang terhampar gitu ya. That's a pretty close translation. Sprawled. I love that word. Okay. Unevenly. Tidak merata. Okay, so if we have ini kan a negative prefix ya. Jadi prefix yang ditaruh di depan yang negatif gitu. Jadi even itu rata, uneven itu tidak merata gitu ya. Unevenly across ya di distorted ground. Tanah yang distorted itu artinya itu dia udah keganggu ya, mungkin agak bergelombang. Jadi we can say distorted ground itu tanah yang agak bergelombang gitu ya. Like this. Tanah bergelombang. I mean, it doesn't have to be bentuknya gelombang, tapi dia tuh kayak nggak rata gitu ya. If something is distorted, it means dia udah diacak-acak, udah keacak-acak. Basically, that's what it means ya. Okay. Roads have buckled. Oh, this is a great word. Roads, jalanan-jalanan have buckled. Buckled. Okay, buckled ini basically artinya itu bukan rusak ya, cuman kayak dia tuh jatuh gitu, jatuh kayak pak, karena dia nggak kuat. This is a road, right? This is a road, like di sini jalanan di mobil ngeng gitu ya. If it buckles, berarti dia tuh kayak rontok ke bawah gitu, dia jatuh gitu. Jalanannya gini, gitu. That's not good, right? So, I wouldn't call it rusak gitu ya, but it could be translated as rusak. Dia tuh kayak rontok karena nggak kuat menahan beban, ya kayak gitulah. That's basically what buckled means. Kadang-kadang you read in novels ya, kalau kalian suka baca novel, you can say like, my knees buckled. My knees buckled, itu berarti kayak lutut aku tuh kayak gini nih. If you're standing and your knees buckle, lututnya gini. Translationnya absurd banget gini. Ya, jadi you're standing, you're walking, and then your knees buckle. Wah! Jatuh, duar. So that's what buckled means ya. Okay. So that's just another explanation ya. Mungkin kayak lututnya langsung lemah gitu karena, I don't know, maybe you saw something shocking gitu ya. Okay, maybe you're so scared your knees buckled ya. Okay. Jadi the roads have buckled and power has been shut off. Dan listrik telah dipadamkan. Right. Sorry, I'm looking this way to check myself. I need to make sure that I am still in frame gitu ya, karena aku suka goyang-goyang gitu. Okay, the power has been shut off. Power itu di sini listrik ya, has been shut off, dimatikan ya. Dimatikan atau padam ya, listriknya, right? To more than 200 households, ke lebih dari 200 rumah tangga gitu ya. So it's not good. Yes, household itu rumah tangga. Households, rumah tangga. Gitu ya. Jadi udah lebih dari 200 rumah tangga itu tidak punya listrik. That's not good. Yeah. On Tuesday, pada hari Selasa, Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency in the city. So what is a state of emergency? Masuk ke bahasa-bahasanya agak itu ya, a little bit of political language gitu. Okay. So state of emergency itu kayak keadaan darurat gitu. Kayak ini something that you have to fix ya. It's an emergency. Emergency darurat. Kalau state ini bukan negara ya, tapi keadaan ya. Jadi dia tuh telah mendeklarasikan atau mengumumkan a state of emergency darurat gitu in the city, kota ini. Jadi they have to do something about it and they should do something about it soon, right? Okay. The sight of luxurious oceanfront houses teetering precariously over cliff tops or part swallowed by, kok part bukan partly swallowed? Ini kenapa part bukan? Okay. Or part swallowed by the ground is not unfamiliar in this part of the US. Landslides kepencet. Ulang, kepencet sama aku, nggak sengaja, okay. The sight of luxurious oceanfront houses teetering precariously over cliff tops or part swallowed by the ground is not unfamiliar in this part of the US. Landslides destroy homes, take lives, and leave communities fearing for their future. Okay, so the sight ya, pemandangan of oceanfront, luxurious oceanfront houses, rumah yang sangat-sangat luxurious. Yes, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what luxurious is. Mewah, right? Luxurious, mewah. Alright. Oceanfront, di depan. Oceanfront houses, berarti di depan laut gitu ya, di depan laut. Alright, rumahnya. Teetering precariously. This is so cool. Teetering. Okay. Teetering itu yang kayak if you're balancing on something, it's basically called teetering, right? It's a little bit difficult to translate gitu ya. So, let's see. This is a cliff. Wait a minute. Aduh, taruh. Susah banget. Oke, kayak gini. This is a cliff. Ini tebing ya. Nah, if you're teetering itu kayak gini. Ya, teetering on the edge of a cliff itu berarti kita itu kayak ya balance gitu ya, balancing, goyang-goyang dikit gitu. So that's basically what it means ya. Teetering precariously, right? Jadi ini kalau kita translate, kita bisa bilangnya kayak goyang-goyang gitu ya, bergoyang-goyang. Hampir jatuh gue. Wait a minute, I'm tired. Okay. Teetering precariously. Okay. Teetering, it could be similar to balancing, yeah? This is another synonym, yeah, that you can use. Precariously itu kayak dengan bahaya, right? Isn't that what it means? Yeah. I don't know how to translate it. Udah tadi pokoknya kayak gitu. Artinya itu, you understand, okay? You understand. Okay. Over cliff tops, okay? Over cliff tops itu kayak di atas puncak tebing gitu ya. Tops ini kan artinya kayak puncaknya ya. Cliff itu tebing, right? Tebing, right? Or part swallowed atau part. Aku nggak setuju sama ini ya. Aku kalau aku yang nulis partly swallowed gitu. Tapi Miss Wina nggak sehebat bisa nge-edit CNN gitu. Cuman maksudnya kayak gitu ya. Kalau aku pribadi, I would say partly swallowed. Ya, part swallowed atau dia itu kayak sebagian dari rumah itu kayak apa namanya tertimbun gitu ya. Swallowed. Swallowed itu sebenarnya menelan. If you swallow something, like chew and swallow, ngunyah, terus swallow, telan, gitu ya. Kalau ini mungkin lebih kayak tertimbun. Karena dia tertelan oleh tanah, berarti tertimbun, oke, okay, guys? By the ground, ya. By the ground, ya. The floor, apa namanya, tanahnya itu, is not unfamiliar. Oke, okay? The sight is not unfamiliar, berarti pemandangan ini itu tidak asing, ya. Not unfamiliar. Tidak asing. Jadi sering kita melihat rumah yang agak sedikit balancing gitu ya di what is it called, di tebing gitu rumahnya, atau mungkin sebagian tertutup atau tertimbun oleh tanah rumah-rumahnya gitu ya. In this part of the US, di US bagian sini gitu ya. Landslides, longsor, destroy homes, menghancurkan rumah, and take N-nya mana? Take lives, ya. Dia what is take lives? Merenggut. Wait, my Indonesian is lagging. Give me a second. Take lives. Merenggut nyawa atau mencabut nyawa?
Merenggut.
Kenapa tidak mencabut? Kenapa tidak mencabut?
Emang tanaman.
Tanaman enggak. Tapi kan ada kayak malaikat yang mencabut nyawa, bukan mencabut, merenggut juga.
Tapi kan itu bahasanya tidak baku ya.
Oh, tidak baku. Merenggut. Oke. Merenggut nyawa. Jadi merenggut itu nggak serem gitu. Kalau mencabut nyawa itu serem. Oke. There we go. Take lives. Sorry, my Indonesian is limited, but I'm trying. Okay. Take lives and leave communities fearing for their futures, ya. Dan leave itu kayak meninggalkan, right? Atau membuat masyarakat khawatir gitu ya. Kan communities itu kan komunitas yang tinggal di situ, masyarakat situ gitu ya. Fearing for their future. What is it called? Khawatir akan masa depan, right? Fear itu lebih ketakut sih ya. Tapi kalau bahasa Indonesia itu, aduh, kan kita nggak bisa menakuti masa depan ya. Kita lebih kayak menghawatiri masa depan, right? Nggak bisa kan kita ngomong menakuti masa depan. Doesn't make sense gitu. Nah, walaupun fear ditranslate sebagai takut, jadi kita tulisannya fearing for the future itu menghawatiri masa depan gitu aja. Oke, lanjut. Masih di awal nih gitu ya. Udah berapa menit nih? Udah kelihatan. 30 menit. Not that bad. Okay. But scientists warn they are set to become more frequent as the climate crisis fuels heavier rainfall and more powerful storms reshaping landscapes. Ah! It's not good. Okay. Scientists. Okay. Scientists. Para ilmuwan. There we go. Yes. Okay. Scientists. Wait a minute. I clicked something wrong. Okay. But scientists, ilmuwan, para ilmuwan, yes. Okay, warn. What is warn? Okay, please warn her. Apa namanya? The boss is in a bad mood today. What does that mean? Memperingatkan, ya. Atau mengingatkan gitu ya, memperingatkan, warn. They are set to become more frequent. Oh, they-nya itu apa? Longsor kah? Ya. Ya bener, longsor atau landslides-nya ini, they are set to become more frequent, ya. Set to become bisa ditranslate menjadi apa ya? Bahwa bencana ini set itu kayak udah pasti gitu ya. Wait, it's difficult to translate it correctly in context ya. Kayak artinya kayak sudah pasti. Jadi kayak fix dia bakal terjadi gitu ya. Are set to become more frequent. More frequent artinya lebih sering. Kayak bencana ini akan terjadi lebih sering gitu ya. Atau akan semakin lebih sering. That's not good. As the climate crisis fuels heavier rainfall. Gitu ya. As the climate crisis, karena krisis iklim, krisis iklim, yes, fuels heavier rainfall. Ya. Krisis iklim, my tongue cannot ya. Krisis iklim ini memicu curah hujan yang lebih tinggi, right? In Indonesian, why is it so long ya? Heavier rainfall. Curah hujan yang lebih tinggi. Capek deh. Panjang banget. Heavier rainfall. Okay? Now, in fuels, di sini itu artinya memicu. Kalau Miss Wina suka ngomongnya ngomporin. Tapi that's very, very not formal ya. So please do not translate like that ya. Okay. Jadi if you are adding fuel to the fire. Okay, this is interesting. Kayak gimana cara bilang lu kompor in English, right? So kadang-kadang if your friend is like, what is it called, doing something and you're ngomporin gitu ya, how do you say in English gitu kan? You're adding fuel to the fire. Atau kayak, oh you're adding fuel to the fire, or like stop adding fuel to the fire gitu ya. Bisa jadi you're, bisa kayak stop di sini depannya gitu ya. Stop adding fuel to the fire. Jangan ngomporin. In English it's so long, panjang ya. Okay, there we go. So stop adding fuel to the fire gitu ya. Itu kayak jangan ngomporin gitu. Berhenti ngomporin. Okay. And more powerful storms, ya. Storm, badai. Okay. Badai yang lebih kuat, lebih kuat, bener. Powerful. Reshaping landscapes, ya. Nah, gara-gara ada climate crisis, ya, jadi longsor itu akan lebih frequent. Frequent itu akan lebih sering terjadi, right? Climate crisisnya ini menyebabkan longsor lebih frequent, ya. And alhasil reshaping landscapes, ya. Sehingganya itu nggak ada di sini, ya, nggak ada. Cuman if you translate it properly harus ada sehingganya. Okay. Reshaping landscape, sehingga dia akan membentuk kembali, ya, reshaping. If you know the word shape, ya, bentuk, kalau depannya ditambah re plus shape. Kalau re itu kembali in English, right? Berarti membentuk kembali, gitu ya. Membentuk kembali atau merubah bentuk gitu ya. Basically that's what it means. Landscapes. Atau this one is difficult. I had to Google this one because I didn't know the Indonesian, ya. Bentang alam. Okay, so bentang alam is landscape. You know, like so. How was your holiday? Oh, I saw so many beautiful landscapes gitu ya. You can say that. Let's continue. Oh my god, this is the picture of the damage that, look at that. Like, I mean, obviously, if the ground is moving, ya, kalau tanahnya itu atau the earth, ya, if the ground is moving, bergerak, then everything on top of it will be damaged, ya, akan rusak gitu kayak gini nih. That's not good, ya. So this is a picture of what happened. Jadi longsor itu bukan di atas ya, tapi di bawah, di bawah. Okay, let's continue. I'm sorry. Okay. Severe landslide damage on Dauntless Drive. Dauntless Drive itu nama jalannya, yes. Jadi jalan itu bisa dipanggil road, street, drive, alley. There's so many words for jalan, okay? Avenue, ya kan? Avenue, street, road, drive. Intinya jalanan semua itu nama gitu. Near the Portuguese Bend community. Okay, what is that? I mean, kalau di capital, let's just assume that it's the name of the community. Okay, Rancho Palos Verdes on September 1st, 2024. Not good. Look at that. The views are so nice, right? Look at that. The views are so nice. It's so LA. Yeah, so California gitu. Kalau ngelihat tanamannya itu, there's a palm tree, man. There's a palm tree. It's California. Palm tree, pohon palem right in the background. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Landslides depend on 3 factors: the slope, the rocky type, and the climate, said Alexander Hanwerger, a landslide scientist at NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory. That is a title. Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Oh, Miss Wina would love to be a scientist, but I think my brain cannot, handle that amount of, the amount of information and critical thinking that is needed. Yeah, I don't think it's possible for me. If you're a scientist though, that's cool. All right, I could never. Okay, landslides, longsor itu ya, depends, ya, bergantung kepada, right? Depend on, bergantung, did I spell it right? Kepada. Okay, 3 factors. 3 faktor, right? The slope. What is slope? Lereng. Slope, lereng. Okay. The rock type. Tipe rock batu, no need to be translate, okay? And the climate. Ya, jenis bebatuan ya, rock type and the climate. Iklim. I already translated it before, but I'm doing it again. Said Alexander Hanwerger. a landslide scientist. Wah, ada ilmuwan yang untuk yang studi itu ya, apa namanya? Longsor gitu ya. Landslide scientist at NASA. Kenapa dia kerja di Jet Propulsion Laboratory tapi dia itu landslide scientist? What's happening? I don't understand. NASA is the company where they explore the space, right? But I'm pretty sure they explore a lot of other things too, gitu ya. Okay. Have you guys ever been to NASA? They don't have NASA in Indonesia, right? Di Indonesia nggak ada NASA kan? Adanya apa? Yang exploring outer space Indonesia tuh namanya apa? Aku tahu, tapi aku lupa. Bentar. Itu loh, aduh. Indonesia pernah ngirim roket kan? Pernah nggak? Wait a minute. Indonesia itu pernah ngirim roket. You know what? NASA Indonesia. Bukan NASA namanya. Apa sih? No, wait. Badan penerbangan antar i- i- demi apa? Wait a minute. Aduh, bahasa Indonesia lupa. Ada perusahaan Indonesia yang fokusnya ke studi luar angkasa, cuman aku lupa namanya apa. Okay, if you know, tell me. I don't know. Oke ya. Oh, berarti Indonesia tidak pernah mengirimkan astronot. Ini kisah Pratiwi. Batal ke antarsik
Itu bukannya dia ikut luar ya?
Iya, dia NASA masuknya, ya nggak sih? Nggak jadi katanya dia. Oke, anyways. Okay, so NASA means National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics. Tapi ini NACA pakai C. Okay, you know what? We're just going to stop. Semakin lama-lama kita bikin Google Deep Dive sama Miss Wina gitu. Kita nge-google apa kayak gitu. Ya, lanjut. Aduh, iklan WRV. Anyways, let's continue. Rancho Palos Verdes sits on top of a volcanic ash bed laid down about 10 to 15 million years ago that slopes down to the Pacific shoreline. Kok intonasi baca aku jelek banget? Taruh. Rancho Palos Verdes sits on top of a volcanic ash bed laid down about 10 to 15 million years ago that slopes down to the Pacific shoreline. Okay, right. Let's continue. Rancho Palos Verdes ini, this little town or city, sits on top of a volcanic ash bed. Jadi dia itu duduk di atas ya. Kota ini berada di atas a volcanic ash bed. So, you guys, I'm pretty sure you know what a volcano is. Indonesia is in the ring of fire. We have many active volcanoes. Yes, many. I think we have the most volcanoes ever gitu ya. Our country gitu. Right. So, volcanic ash bed. Ash itu is like the thing that comes after, the volcano erupt and then the ash will fall from the sky, right? Itu kayak debu apa sih namanya? Abu, bukan debu, abu vulkanik gitu ya. Ya. Jadi dia duduk di atas apa namanya? Sits on top of lapisan debu vulkanik gitu ya. Laid down ya, yang kenapa bahasa Inggris itu kayak gini ya? So, laid down itu artinya kan tiduran ya. Gitu. Cuman kalau di sini konteksnya laid down, it basically means yang apa namanya? What is the correct word? Give me a minute. Yang terbentuk. Okay, we're gonna call it yang terbentuk. Okay. Yang terbentuk about 10 to 15 million years ago, 10 sampai 15 juta tahun yang lalu, gitu ya. That slopes down, jadi if it slopes down, berarti dia tuh kayak gini bentuknya. Jadi dia itu nggak rata, cuman it slopes down, a little bit miring, gitu ya. To the Pacific shoreline, ya. Jadi abunya itu nggak gini, tapi kayak gini, dia slopes down ke Pacific shoreline. Shoreline dan coastline itu mirip, okay, everybody? Ya. Jadi dia itu artinya garis pantai gitu ya, shoreline. Pesisir could be, ya. Garis pantai. Shoreline. That's basically what it means. It has weathered. Okay, wait a minute. Let's scroll down dulu. It has weathered to a type of clay mineral that can expand and get slippery when it gets wet, said Gary Griggs, distinguished professor of Earth and Planetary Sciences at the University of California, Santa Cruz. Okay, cool. University of California. Wah! That's a cool university. Okay. It has weathered to a type of clay mineral, right? So, it-nya itu apa? Tanah ini atau lapisan abu vulkanik ini gitu ya. Okay. Jadi it itu bisa diartikan sebagai tanahnya gitu ya, gitu. It has weathered, right? Tanah ini telah mengalami pelapukan, right? Gitu ya. Weathered, pengapukan, okay, right? Menjadi jenis clay mineral, right? Tanah liat, clay is tanah liat. Oh, so many words. Okay, clay, tanah liat mineral that can expand, right? Yang bisa expand. What is expand? Expand itu, this is something, it expand, berarti dia menjadi lebih besar, right? So that's what expand means. You can expand your house, ya, renovasi rumah to expand it, to diperluas rumahnya, or a sponge can expand if it touches water. Jadi sponge itu bisa semakin expand kalau dia menyentuh air gitu ya. That's what expand means. Understood? Understood? Okay. So that's basically what expand ya. Mengembang, membesar. Okay, there we go. I like membesar, but I'm not sure if that's a good word. Okay. And get slippery. Okay, this is a nice word. Slippery. Dan menjadi licin. When it gets wet. Ketika basah. Ya. When it gets wet. Said Gary Griggs. Gary Griggs itu, he's a distinguished, ini sering denger I think yang suka dengerin MC datang seminar. Distinguished guest. Distinguished itu kayak terkemuka, could be terhormat gitu ya. Distinguished, terkemuka. Okay, distinguished guest, apa namanya, honorable speaker. Ya, sering MC dulu aku, jadi kayak gitulah guys. Okay, dia professor of Earth and Planetary Sciences. Oh, that's cool. Ya. Ilmu bumi dan planet, dia tuh profesor ilmu bumi dan planet. Okay, at the University of California, Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz nama tempat. Okay, a variety of factors can trigger landslides, including earthquakes and human activities, but rainfall is one of the most common. Okay, a variety. A variety itu berarti berbagai gitu ya. Right? Berbagai faktor, a variety of factors, berbagai faktor can trigger. Aduh, typo. Trigger itu artinya memicu. Kalau nggak salah tadi memicu itu ada berapa? Ada lagi di atas ya, tapi katanya beda, right? Trigger landslides. Ya, dapat memicu tanah longsor, including earthquakes and human activities. Including itu termasuk ya. Termasuk earthquakes and human activities, gempa bumi dan human activities. Aktivitas manusia pada umumnya. Kayak, aduh, berapa kali kepencet coba. Okay, but rainfall is one of the most common. Ya, tapi rainfall tadi udah diterjemahkan curah hujan atau hujan. Ya, rainfall hujan is one of the most common. One of the, salah satu. Ya, one of the most common. Paling umum. Begitu guys. let's continue. As it rains, water seeps into the ground. Oh my god, wait a minute. What is this? How do I pronounce? Tar dulu. Mayday, mayday. Emergency, emergency. Kita buka Cambridge Dictionary. Aku tadi kira it was like coagulating, you know, coagulating. I know that word. How do you say this one? Cambridge Dictionary. Where is it? Okay, mayday, mayday. Percolate? Percolate. Percolating. Percolate. Wah! Tragedi, Bu. Susah banget itu bahasanya. Kaget gue. Okay. Right. Percolating. There we go. That's how you pronounce it, everybody. Percolating into the layers below. There, it can reduce the suction and friction holding together grains of soil or rock, causing the ground to weaken and shift. Oh, hampir salah. Aku tadi hampir weaken and soften. That's not good. Weaken and shift. Okay. So, as it rains, ya, saat turun hujan, as it rains, water seeps into the ground. Air meresap gitu ya. So, seeps could also be meresap atau kayak dikit demi sedikit dia tuh keserap ya, meresap intinya lah ya. Into the ground. Ke dalam tanah gitu ya. Percolating. Wah, I learned a new word today, guys. What does it mean? Aduh, ada si ini nih, siapa namanya? This guy. Ini influencer ini gak sih? Yang papa kaya itu.
Oh, gitu.
Kaget gue, dia muncul di mana-mana.
Om.
Yeah, I see him everywhere. What is it called? Siapa? Ben Saputra. We love him. He's a great guy. He's very funny, yeah, very funny. Percolate. If a liquid percolates, it moves slowly through a substance with very small holes in it. Oh, jadi dia itu kayak bergerak pelan ya. Okay. Did I say it right? Percolate. Ya bener. It feels wrong. It feels wrong. Okay. Percolating into the layers below. Okay. We can just say bergerak dengan pelan ya, basically gitu ya. Menembus gitu. It's another word that we can use. Menembus dengan pelan. Okay. Right. Into the layers below. Ke layer-layer di bawahnya ya. There, it can reduce the suction and friction holding together grains of soil. Okay. Di situ ya, air yang meresap itu ya, it can reduce mengurangi suction and friction. Okay, suction. This is difficult to translate because I don't know the Indonesian word. I'm gonna Google it. Give me 1 second. Okay, suction, daya hisap. Daya hisap, right? And friction. Okay, so what is friction? When there is something that is rubbing together, there is always friction. So this is friction, right? I'm pretty sure you guys yang ngambil science, you know. I think not even SMA ya, SMP atau SD udah ada the word friction, right? So friction, basically it could be gesekan ya, gesekan. Oke, bisa mengurangi daya hisap dan gesekan yang holding together. Ya, misalnya kita bisa artikan, terjemahkan sebagai mengikat, gitu ya, atau menahan. Menahan is a good one. Mengikat is another good one, tapi menahan lebih bagus. Okay, right? Holding together grains of soil. Grains. Ini kayak butiran gak sih? Kayak butir, ya benar butiran. Butiran tanah, grains of soil, ya. Grains itu bisa grains of soil, grains of sand, gitu ya. What else? Grain of salt. Salt, garam, yes, bisa juga, right? Or rock atau batu, causing the ground to weaken and shift, ya, yang menyebabkan tanah itu untuk menjadi lemah, ya, weaken. Weaken kenapa menjadinya dimasukin? Lemah. And shift. Shift itu bergeser. Ini tadi udah ditranslate ya. It's okay, I write it again for you. Anything for you lah.